way, you need to remember that God is your personnel officer. He's got a tailor-made assignment for your life. And He's also given you directions for how to live that life. Lastly, God shows up at the most opportune times for us when we need the presence of the Lord. God promises in His Scripture that He will give us peace that passes understanding. When our whole world is falling apart, the Scripture says that God will be our peace and put our life back together. He will be with us. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. You will never be an orphan or left alone on this earth. God said, I am with you always, even to the ends of the earth. I'll tell you when that came into reality for me. On March the 23rd, 2003, 3 days after we began the ground invasion. Those of you, I don't know if any of y'all were there, but all hell broke out loose 3 days while we were into the fight. We shot down a British Tornado plane, friendly fire, killing 2 British pilots. The Marines were ambushed in a place called Task Force Terror. We were ambushed, and 8 or 9 Marines were killed in an ambush. At Al-Nazariya, we had a little truck company. Some of y'all know that truck company. You've heard about PFC Jessica Lynch and making a wrong turn. 7 or 8 soldiers killed, 11 that were kept as POWs. We had a supernatural sandstorm. If you were there, it actually rained and dripped sand. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was like sand was raining from heaven. Our communications didn't work, nothing. And I'm sitting there in the Joint Operations Center and said, what in the world is going on? It was like, hey, have we bitten off more than we can chew here? I mean, the war's just getting started. In the midst of all of that, I look up in the rafters, God is my witness, and there is a sparrow, a little bird. Now, those of you who were in Iraq, I remember when the war started, I didn't see wildlife, birds, camels, nothing. I mean, they were all, I don't know where they went. But here we are in the midst of all the chaos. And there's a little bird looking down on us trying to be all we could be. And the Lord prompted in my soul a reminder about something that Jesus Christ said. You know, the Lord loves us so much that if He's going to take care of little birds out in the desert, that bird was actually fall to the ground dead, God would actually have that bird before he fell. That He would feed that bird in the desert when nobody else is feeding it. And if God cares that much for a little bitty sparrow, how much more does He care for you? That God is made in His image. The Scripture says that God has etched each one of us on His heart. I see all these tats that y'all are wearing. Hey, I don't even go into that story. One day we were having a scriptural theological discussion about tats right there in Iraq. I was sitting in a circle of chaplains, and so we talked about those passages in Leviticus and Deuteronomy about tatting and marking your body. Every one of those chaplains had a tattoo except for me. Well, if you'll pardon the way I say this, but did you know that God has a tat? The Scripture says that He has etched us on the palm of His hand. And He looks upon us, made in His image, and He remembers. My brothers and sisters, my fellow soldiers, please hear this word today. I pray that you remain courageous in spirit for the sake of this nation and the nations of the world. You must be. I pray that you remain courageous in spirit for the sake of your loved ones. They need us to stand firm and not quit. While you're waiting for that courageous in spirit to kick in, remember this. God is your assignments officer. He's got this. God knows exactly where you are. He has a plan for your life, and you can get a glimpse of it as you read His Word. And He promises always to be your peace that passes all earthly understanding and comprehension. May God indeed answer our prayers to keep each one of you courageous in spirit as we serve the greatest nation on this earth. God bless you. God bless the United States military. And God bless America.